Hi guys, welcome to another interesting video. Today the topic that I would like to discuss with y'all is regarding a topic that needs to be approached in a more spiritual as well as scientific manner. So without further delay, let's quickly dwell into the topic. First and foremost, I would like to inform y'all what the topic is actually about. So, this topic that I'm going to discuss today involves assessing whether past karmic actions have anything to do with the experiences and challenges met at later stages of our lifetime. So, without further delay, let's quickly move forward further. First off, I would like to state an example that is more relevant in terms of spiritual as well as scientific aspects. So without further delay, let's quickly move into discussing about the condition that is of concern in here. So congenital limb deformities or congenital limb defects as the condition of concern in here occurs approximately 1 in 1000 births, that is 1 in 1000 babies, and this particular conditions arises from arms, legs, fingers or toes being missing or not fully formed or formed in a different manner. And some congenital limb differences are related to conditions that affect a specific limb or part of a limb. There are various causes for these specific conditions to arise. These include genetic abnormalities, growth restriction, and mechanical forces, along with exposure to chemicals or viruses during pregnancy, and usage of certain types of medications, and exposure to tobacco smoke. Let me now quickly take an example of a factor that is of major significance in terms of spiritually relevant as well as scientifically relevant. So without further delay, let me quickly address the specific factor. So the specific factor of major significance and concern in here involves mechanical forces. The mechanical forces, as can be stated, involves physical trauma or injury to the mother during pregnancy that can apply mechanical stress on the fetus, potentially leading to congenital limb defects. This specific factor that involves applying external force or trauma to the mother's abdomen during pregnancy and causing direct physical pressure on the fetus, potentially leading to limb defects, arises due to various reasons. And among them, the most substantial and the most relevant cause is that of domestic violence. And domestic violence, as you can see, is a physical abuse or violence targeting the abdomen that can apply significant pressure to the uterus and fetus, increasing the risk of fetal injury, including limb defects. Mental health plays a crucial role in addressing violence and abusive behavior. A systematic review of mental disorders and intimate partner violence (IPV) reported that men with depression have 2.8 times increased odds of perpetrating physical violence against their female partners compared to those without depression. And this depression that leads to complex issues such as intolerance, impatience, and lack of active listening behaviors that strain relationships and inflict harm not only on partners but potentially on unborn children arises due to unhealthy food habits and as well as exposure to chemicals and other toxins. To validate the point that I'm standing with furthermore, I would like to make reference to a study that is of systematic review and meta-analysis published by the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health. Moving on further, we can see that The specific study of systematic review and meta-analysis investigated upon the relationship between red and processed meat consumption and the risk of depression. The meta-analysis pooled data from 17 studies involving 241,738 participants with both cross-sectional and longitudinal designs included. The analysis found a statistically significant association between red and processed meat consumption and an increased risk of depression. The overall effect size was 1.08. suggesting that higher consumption of red and processed meats slightly increases the risk of depression that is of major significance. The study populations were diverse, including participants from various countries, with studies conducted in Asia, Europe, the Americas, and Australia. The participants' ages ranged from 18 to 93 years, and both men and women were included. Some studies focused on specific groups, such as students or psychiatric patients. The study designs varied, with 9 cross-sectional studies, 5 longitudinal studies, and 3 case control studies included in the analysis. The meta-analysis found that high consumption of red and processed meats is associated with a modest but significant increase in the risk of depression. This association persisted across different study designs and sensitivity analysis. However, the effect size was small, indicating that while the association is significant at the population level, the individual impact may be limited. The analysis highlighted potential biological mechanisms linking red and processed meat to depression, such as inflammation, altered brain plasticity, and neurogenesis. The review concluded that reducing the intake of red and processed meats may be a useful public health strategy to decrease the risk of depression. Taking this 2020 September study conclusive findings into account, we have to be more informed about the food choices that we make. Choosing to follow a more healthier, balanced diet that of significantly incorporating more vegetarian and vegan diet of a variety of fruits, seeds, and green leafy vegetables rich in omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and vitamin D, rather than choosing to stick with the unhealthy non-vegan dietary plan of red meat and processed meat and getting exposed to harmful chemicals and other toxins, we can ensure that we are keeping on track with a healthy lifestyle pattern and as well as a dietary plan. Thank you.